Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Thursday, September 16th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you are somebody that uses charts within your trading, then this will be a video for you. Or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and the tool of technical analysis and how it can be used to help make good decisions, then this will also be a video for you. And very quickly, before I get started, just keep in the back of your mind that if you are liking what you see and if you do want to learn more, take your understanding of technical analysis to another level, then I am offering a free live class on Thursday. So I want to just personally invite you to get signed up for it. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description box. If you're watching at my site, claytrader.com, then there's going to be an area right on the webpage that you can click on. So like I said, no pressure or anything like that, but just keep in the back of your mind that if you're liking what you see, then I want you to get signed up for the class. First one here, ticker symbol ANY. Fantastic movement today. You look down there at the volume and you can see, just a big old, chunk of volume came in, and it's not even close when you compare it, back to the past several days right there. So in other words, life is back and got the big surge in price movement. But what makes this a very interesting setup here moving forward is, let me squeeze things down here a little bit, but it is in regards to this area of resistance right here. Oops, let's make that red here. But right here at $7.75, and I realize my beautiful face. Well, let me just do this so you can see. Some of you, thank you for the feedback. Are like, hey Clay, sometimes your ugly mug is blocking things. So there we go. My ugly mug is no longer blocking things. But you can see right here, 775 presented problems. Presented a problem, and then once again presented a problem. So that's 3 times now where the prices failed to get above there. Now, does that mean it will never ever get above there? Absolutely not. But what it does mean is that from just a rational thought process angle of things, it's totally valid to think, if the price does get up there to 775 and break up through it, that would be a breakout, and that could very well cause additional buying pressure. Again, is that guaranteed to happen? No such thing as guarantees. Is it a valid thought process to have? Absolutely. So for those of you that enjoy playing breakouts, definitely keep an eye on 775. It'll be a very intriguing level moving forward over the next couple of days. Next one here, ticker symbol AMC, and I should have noted on ANY here, but I'm doing the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks, as they're called, represents 30 minutes. So on that note, check out the first 30 minutes of AMC today. Gap down, and then this big red candle. But this is also where the impressive nature of things comes into play, because after the price got all the way down there, again, this was all occurring there in that opening 30 minutes, the price grinded back upwards the rest of the day and put in a very impressive showing. Now, there's still more work that needs to be done. Well, what is this work, you ask? And this will mean more to those who have watched past videos, but it's all got to do with that red line up there, the $49 mark, which is still the key level of resistance. So the work is, well, let's see if the price can not only get up to that level, but then break above it and stay up above it. But like I said, the good news is the price is much closer to breaking 49 than what it was when it was all the way down here. So got step 1, got the recovery. Step 2 is, okay, well, let's see if the price can get continue to work its way up to 49. And then step 3 would be, can the price get the break up through there? So we'll see what happens with it. But yeah, no doubt about it. Very impressive recovery today for AMC. Next one here, ticker symbol INDP, probably the ugliest looking chart in all of the stock market today. And I'm not even making that up. It's certainly one of the top 3, but where there's massive ugliness, sometimes there can be great opportunity. And this is all built around the premise that you have risk management systems in place. You can honor a stop loss. You're not going to turn into some sort of bag holder where you hold and hope. But assuming you can be disciplined, then there's a great opportunity here because, yeah, this thing has had a nasty pullback. But when you know what, look right where the pullback is essentially, at least pause for now, right above these key moving averages, that purple line being the 50-period moving average, that pink line being the 200-period moving average, and within the world of technical charts, those are 2 very famous levels. So call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want. When the price gets down around those levels, it's not guaranteed to happen, but again, it goes back to not guaranteed, but is it at least a rational thought to have? And it is more than rational, more than valid to think, yeah, maybe the price is getting ready to bounce off those levels. Now, to be fair, maybe this is just going to continue to bleed, hence, the need for risk management systems. But compared to what would be risk, compared to even if you get, a decent bounce, I'm not saying it's got to go back up to 25, but even a kind of a mediocre type bounce, then you could be looking at a whole lot more reward compared to what you were risking in the first place. So if you are somebody that likes to play these big old pullbacks down around key, areas of support, then this is one that I would think you would want to keep an eye on. Next one here, our good friend CEI. I'm going to keep this very brief because there's not a whole lot to talk about other than the fact of everything is still okay. I understand that if you look at it as just today, well, yeah, today was pretty boring, pretty choppy. It just went sideways. But let's look at things from more than just today. Let's look at multiple days, or better yet, let's look at multiple weeks. And you can see that, yeah, I understand this action here was kind of boring. But here is some boring action. Here is some boring action. Here is boring action, and even here is boring action. But do you notice what's going on with this boring action? Well, each of these boring actions keep getting higher and higher. In other words, the trend continues. So I realize how great it would be if every single day price movements would be exploding to new highs. But that's just not how the market works. You're going to need to go through those boring periods where the price consolidates. As long as those consolidations keep happening at higher and higher levels, well, then the full trend is still in effect. And that's the exact, kind of state of things right now. $1.80 is that main area of resistance moving forward. But all in all, yes, today, boring, but overall, the trend is still perfectly fine. Next one here, ticker symbol FAMI, big volume, and I've had several questions on it come in, and you can see right there that 30-minute candle is where the majority of the gains came. But the problem is all these gains just basically slowly bled away the rest of the day. Now, I'm not going to say that it's totally game over because, to be fair, the price is actually, doing a good job of staying up above this 25-cent mark, which, going back in the history of things, you can see has acted as support there, and once again is acting as support right there. So that's why I'm not saying that it's totally game over, but I will be the first to admit things are certainly looking very, very shaky. And in my opinion, I think it's got better odds of, just continuing on down as compared to, reversing back around. But that is, on my end, just a guess. I would like to think an educated guess, but at the end of the day, nobody can say for sure what the price is going to do. It just seems like there's a lot of downwards pressure because, again, what a great move to only have that wiped away. And given the fact that this is all occurring within an overall kind of downtrend anyways after that big gap down a few days ago, there is still very clearly quite a bit of selling pressure out there. And it feels like that selling pressure is going to win out and push the price down below 25, but we'll see. Next one here, ticker symbol PLTR, and I realize this has already happened, but I want to get this in place just to map out the context of what actually happened today. But just an absolutely beautiful, beautiful breakout. I mean, check out how stubborn this trend line had been. I mean, time and time and time and time and time and time and time again, the price kept getting rejected by it. But today finally got the breakout. And I mean, just a thing of beauty. You could throw this right into a textbook. Breakout, pulled back tested the breakout point, and then back up it went. So moving forward, you would now definitely want to see the price stay up above this area of resistance, and this is just based on a foundational rule in charting, which states when levels of resistance are broken and closed above, you want to see them act as support. So let's just call that area, generally speaking, $26.50, give or take. And now, if the price drops below $26.50, am I saying that the entire chart is epically smashed? I'm not saying that at all, but preferably speaking in terms of what would make the chart look the best, certainly if the price can now stay above that $26.50 mark. In terms of next areas of resistance, got to squeeze this. Actually, yeah, there we go. I was going to say, I felt like there were some previous highs. But yeah, next key level is right up here at $27.50. And these are highs that have not been seen since way back there in late June. So in other words, we're looking at multi-month highs here. But the moral of the story here is today finally got the breakout. And now moving forward, the question becomes, can this breakout get more continuation? Let's see what happens. Next one here, ticker symbol IRNT, which has become just that much more fascinating due to the final 30 minutes of the day, which is represented again by that candle right there. You can see last 30 minutes, big green candle, nice resurge in volume there. So you're going to have a bunch of people now, and again, no guarantees, but a more than valid thought to be having. Hey, is this the start of something all over again? Is there another breakout coming? Are the bulls showing back up? And the trend line here that I'm very curious about is going to be that one right there. So we'll call that area of resistance right up around, give or take $34. If this breakout is really going to get some more momentum here. So keep a close eye on that. If you're someone that maybe likes to play pullbacks a bit more, key bull pullback point seems to be down around that $28 mark. So to keep an eye on that dynamic here. But like I said, at the core, the main premise heading into Thursday is all based around the last 30 minutes of today being, wow, nice green candle, nice volume. Is this the start of another round of breakouts and building upon this uptrend? Like I said, no guarantees, but that is certainly a valid, thought process to have headed here into Thursday. So yeah, let's see if the price can eventually get the break of that $34 mark. Next one here, ticker symbol TELL, and this is pretty straightforward, just a great looking technical pattern, very well-defined areas. So as far as the initial part of the pattern, and more specifically the breakout point. You can see that area right there at 359 has presented quite a bit of problems. And then while all this has been occurring, you do have that nice trend line right there. So let me change that to green to represent more so the bullish dynamic of things. And then just to make this all the same color to maybe make it a little bit easier to see. So again, we have the resistance there. We have the support portion right there. And then this would be known as the pull portion. And then if you're a golfer, to make this more visual, like I say every time, let's put the golf hole down there. And this would be known as a bull pennant pattern. So now let me be very clear. Just because it's a bullish pattern doesn't mean that for sure guaranteed the price is going to keep moving up. Now, would it shock anybody to see a bull pattern get more upwards movement? No, that wouldn't be shocking. But again, that doesn't mean that it's guaranteed to happen. So all eyes on this 359-ish area, and that's really the main question going forward is, can the bulls get the breakout of this technical pattern of the bull pennant? Well, it'll be very interesting, but definitely a good foundational textbook pattern here. Next one, ticker symbol TSLA, Tesla. Been a while since I've done this one, but now it's getting very, very interesting here headed into Thursday. And, you know, what's catching my eye and what I think a lot of other people's eye is this trend line right here, which is definitely now within striking distance. Doesn't mean that it'll be tested or broken, but I mean, given, like I said, the price only has to travel a few more dollars before it, can start to do battle with that trend line. It's at least a valid thought to throw out there that, hey, you know what, maybe the breakout is coming soon. So, that's really going to be the main dynamic. And let's just call it $760 as that main breakout point. And if 760 can be broken, then at that point, I think 770 has a very realistic chance of happening. Maybe not necessarily on Thursday, but like I said, depending on how strong of a volume break that is, if that's just a huge break of 760, then I think 770 has a very realistic chance of happening. So definitely keep an eye on that. But like I said, before you start talking too much or thinking too much about 770, the price first just has to get up to 760 and then get a good high volume break of it. So you don't want to get too far ahead of yourself. But overall, very, very impressive chart. It's almost kind of like AMC when you stop and think about the fact that just a couple of days ago, this thing was all the way down here at 710. And now all of a sudden it's all the way up there and now knocking on the door, potentially breaking through that trend line. So let's see if the bulls can get the job done. Next one here, ticker symbol AAPL, Apple. Maybe you've heard of them. But what caught my eye on this one is the fact that, all right, you got to give credit where credit's due. Very impressive bounce. Now, is this a truly strong bounce? Is there genuine power behind it? I have no idea. But we can make answering that question very straightforward by throwing in a certain key level. And that area sits right here at the 147.50 mark. Now, why is this area important? And I'm not saying this will occur, but for explanation's sake, if the price were to come down to 147 and then break down below it, what would that be doing to the price? That would quite literally be putting the price right back inside of that range where it just was. And I mean, not to insult your intelligence, but price movements that go back to where they were, not exactly a sign of true power, genuine strength, or anything like that. But to be fair, no price can just go straight up either, as I've already mentioned. So let's say the price comes down here, but the difference being behaves like that and then starts to work its way back upwards. Now, all of a sudden, what would you have? Well, at least at this point, you'd have a set of lows right there. You'd have lows down there, and if you envision those as stair steps, well, you still have stair steps progressing in the upwards direction. So the point here being, yeah, the price no doubt had a very nice bounce today. But is there any sort of true power behind it? Well, let's just see if the price can make progress, which prompts the valid question of, okay, well, Clay, how are you defining progress? Because progress is just a word. What numerical value are you using to define it? And that's, again, where the 147.50 mark comes into play for the reasons just discussed right here. So, yeah, nice bounce today. Is it the start of something bigger? Is there, true, genuine power behind it? Let's just simply see if Apple can now start to make some upwards progress. So that wraps up the top 10. And again, just want to personally invite you and remind you that if you like what you saw here and now you're ready to learn more about how charts work, how they should be used, how they should not be used, and a whole lot more, then I want you to get signed up. Like I said, the class is Thursday, September 16th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Keep in mind Eastern time. So definitely get signed up for it. Like I said, if you enjoyed what you just saw throughout the course of this video. And then as far as this video structure, just the top 10 format. If you enjoy this format, if you would like for me to continue to make more videos like this, then please do two things for me. Hit that like button, leave a simple comment down below. It could be saying hi. It could be an emoji. Tell me give me a ticker symbol of what you're watching for tomorrow. But those two things communicate to me that it's worth the time and effort to put this format together. And as long as I know people are watching, people are enjoying and finding them helpful, then I have no problem at all continuing to do these videos. But again, I ask just to help me out in the feedback regard by hitting that like button and then leaving a comment down below. And like I said, if you want to learn more about charts, how to take that understanding to another level and why they're so powerful, then definitely get signed up for the live class that I'm offering on Thursday. Everybody take care. Have a good one.